Blues, 101.9 DAWG FM, Shakura, Mr. Right. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday morning. Dylan Black is my name. A big pleasure right now to be joined by Ben Mulroney, the anchor for Canada's #1 entertainment talk show. It's called E-Talk. It airs weeknights at 7 on a CTV. Good morning, Ben Mulroney. How you doing?
I'm good, Dylan. You've got a hell of a radio voice, man.
Well, thank you. Got to be good at something, right? So here it is. Now, Ben, you're down in Hollywood, right?
Yes, I am.
You've been broadcasting from there all week, and what's the scene like? How's it feeling down there as the Oscars are getting pretty close?
Growing anticipation is probably the best way I can put it. You can really feel that it's building towards the Oscars, and you can physically see them building the red carpet from right outside my window. So it's coming. I think this has been a great year for film, and so a great year to celebrate at the Oscars.
Okay, now this is your 9th time attending and covering the Oscars for CTV. Does it? You do the red carpet. I mean, does it ever get easy? Because it's got to be kind of stressful with all these big stars walking around.
But it never gets easy because it's constantly changing. You can prepare as best as you can, and that's the only thing you can do. But you know, it's you got to imagine you're tethered to one spot. You have no prearranged interviews. The entire thing is live. When a star stops, you don't know how long you're going to have them for. It's entirely possible somebody's going to stop that you don't recognize. You've got press on either side of you clamoring for the same stars and thousands of fans everywhere screaming their heads off. So it's a really, really tough environment that tests your skills as a broadcaster. But if you prep properly, if you see all the movies, if you work with your producers, if you read all the press clippings, and you really like what you do, that's a recipe for being as successful as you possibly can. Okay, now, good point, though. I mean, there's tons of movies up for Best Picture, 9 in total. Have you, I guess you have to have seen all these flicks. Well, I've got one left to see. I got Life of Pi to see later today. And once I get that done, I'm all set. Okay, now at this point, who would be your favorite for Best Picture? Well, I think Argo has this thing put to bed. They have won so many awards leading up to this. All the momentum, all the wind is in their sails. And because Ben Affleck wasn't nominated in the Best Director category, I think the Academy will want to say, whoops, sorry, and give him Best Picture as a way to really put a cherry on top of what's been a great year for him. Okay, maybe two of the other categories, big ones that we can just sort of deal with quickly. Speaking of actor, who's your pick for that category? Oh, if I had to say there was a category in which there was a lock for Best Actor, for anyone to win, it would be Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln. It was an election year. Obama reminded so many people of Lincoln. You know, Hollywood and Hollywood and DC are very closely linked. And this was a man who just became America's most revered president. From the subject matter to the way the film was shot to the acting, I think Daniel Day-Lewis has this one sealed. Yeah, you definitely hear a lot about his performance in Lincoln. And actress, we need to know Ben Mulroney's pick. I think Anne Hathaway is going to win.
Good. Any reasons in particular?
I think her performance was so good in those, even though she was on camera for a short period of time. This is a woman who I think gave the most electric performance of any acting job all year, and I wanted them to stop the movie and rewind and show me her role again. She was that good. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. That being said, like she was a supernova, and Sally Field was a slow burn. Sally Field was incredible as Mrs. Lincoln. It was a different type of performance. So I think Anne Hathaway's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sally Field came and stole it. Okay, actress in a supporting role we're talking about there. Yeah. Oh, that was actually, yes, in a supporting role. I think Jessica Chastain is going to win Best Actress. She's won before. She was nominated before, but in Zero Dark 30, I think she really carried that movie. Even though she's up against Jennifer Lawrence, who has also been nominated before. So I'm going to go Jessica Chastain. Tough competition for sure. Now, quickly, is there somebody you're looking forward to meeting this Sunday? I think any of the Oscar nominees, really, from Quavonjane Wallace to Emmanuel Riva, to anyone in between. It's a day to celebrate the best, the absolute best in a great year of movies, and that's why we're all here. So I'm really, really excited. If you're up for an Oscar, I want to talk to you.
All right. Side note, Ben, is it tough being one of the most handsome men to ever be on Canadian television?
Well, I won't say it's a burden, but there are obligations associated with it.
I bet. Okay, CTV at the Oscars happening this Sunday, of course. Kicks off at 7 o'clock on the red carpet. The Oscars ceremony to follow at 8:30. Ben Mulroney will be your host, and we wish you all the best. And we can't thank you enough for your time here this morning. E-Talk, of course, airs weeknights at 7 on CTV. Ben Mulroney, a real pleasure. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Dylan, thanks so much.
CIDG 101.9 DAWG FM, an independently owned station of Torres Media. In Ottawa, we're rocking the blues.